you said I'm happy.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Either you speak or
Yes,
I
yes.
speak.
Yes.
Please, if you want the
Yes,
interview
I
to
want you.
One more interruption, we will not do.
Oh.
He did not talk about 370, did not talk about 35A, and did not talk about condemning or rejecting 5 August 2019. He is yet to decide whether the action of 5 August 2019 was legal or illegal. Deborah, it's magic. You are putting shawls on everybody. Hell with Jammu, I don't know. But as far as converted into rupees, it's around 35,000 crores per year. Where Hasina Baji is. She killed 30-40 people, she had to leave. Sri Lanka, Afghanistan. This is one nation where we are rewarding the killers of our children. He's good, uncles are doing good. I don't know about aunties, but uncles are good.
As Omar Abdullah-led coalition government has completed 1 month in the office, we will conversate with Sajad Ghani alone, who doesn't need any kind of introduction, at least in Kashmir or rest. He has been a voice, one of the best voices available from Kashmir to articulate any political event or anything, especially after August 5, 2019. He has been the lone voice to argue on behalf of people of Jammu and Kashmir for the disempowerment which happened after that incident. Sajad, you have not given any kind of a even honeymoon time to Omar Abdullah to evaluate his position and to deliver. You started guns blazing right from the first day.
No, the point is that this government, while we were fighting elections, won on a negative note. They didn't tell the people that they are good. They told the people that everybody else is with BJP and they are the purists. And people accepted it. So they repeatedly said that if BJP comes to power, and if people like Sajad Lone and others are elected, they will get together with BJP and bring in a resolution in the parliament wherein they will endorse what happened on 5 August 2019. Now, even I believe that the assembly which comes after 5 August 2019 will have that importance of being the first assembly. And
hold on. He listened to you. I watched your all interviews. You said in one interview that this is a historic moment. He should not miss it. Perhaps he will miss it forever if this assembly will not pass a resolution. He passed a resolution and you said, I'm happy.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Either you speak or I speak.
Yes.
Please, if you want the
I want you.
One more interruption, we will not.
Okay.
Right. So this assembly has that importance.
Okay.
So what we wanted is that and then he said that on the day one, I'll bring in a resolution. Right? Now he brought in a resolution. He gave us 2 minutes to have a look at that resolution, which was not against the people of Kashmir, which was in favor of the people of Kashmir, but certainly did not talk about 370, did not talk about 35A, and did not talk about condemning or rejecting 5 August 2019. These names or words were missing in that. Are we short of words? Did we not have enough paper? Did we not have enough vocabulary to use those words? Why are you beating about the bush? You accused us. We are the ones who are telling you now clearly that we are supporting you. Come in with a clear-cut, unambiguous resolution. Did you expect me to go against it? So here I am, accused of everything, and all of a sudden there is a resolution which is not anti-Kashmiri, but is not pro-370, is not pro-35A, does not reject 5 August, but still it is pro-Kashmir. It's not against Kashmir. I say I vote for it, but it has to be reinforced. We need more.
What happened on second resolution when you moved?
They did not support it. They did not support it. The speaker did not even acknowledge it. We gave it to him in the assembly. I sent it. We all sent it.
What is the procedure? I don't know. What is the procedure of sending a resolution? He has to answer it.
Okay, now if you want to know, I first sent in a with procedure under Rule 35 an adjournment motion that you adjourn the debate on address of the governor and instead discuss what happened on 5th August 2019.
Okay.
He did not allow it. He did not even mention it. Then I sent another motion that I want amendments to the governor's address against as per rule. I think that was 35, or as per rule, quoted the rule, sent it within the time frame. Both these things went before they came up with the resolution. They did not go. If you look at that, what we had sent, it is in the Assembly Secretariat. They are not even mentioning what others said. So amendments were, first thing was clear, unambiguous rejection of 5 August 2019, and that abrogation has been rejected by this assembly. We want it back, 370 and 35A. And that it's a humiliation to relegate a state to a UT. We want our statehood back. And then many other things were there, many more things.
What about statehood? Do you think that it would be given? Given your experience in the politics and dealing with Delhi?
I will tell you legally, Supreme Court is yet to decide whether the action of 5 August 2019 was legal or illegal.
Okay.
They did not deliver any judgment on that. That's what people are missing. They have not delivered a judgment whether 5 August was legal or illegal, because that would have an irreversible impact on Indian federalism. Because if it was legal, then the central government is at liberty to convert any state into UT.
Do you think that this resolution will finally pave way for federalism in the rest of the country?
Look, I will tell you something. This resolution,
even if it is ambiguous.
Look, this one is of no use. It's not all worth the paper.
Not even for the posterity or for the future, which you mentioned in one of the interviews.
It talks about national unity and aspirations. What does that mean?
It also talks about the constitutional safeguards and giving back.
Constitutional safeguards are there for scheduled castes also, scheduled tribes also, backward classes also.
You think it is basically passed for the statehood and for
no, it's passed for nothing. It's passed to fool the people of J&K that we passed something when they passed nothing. It's abracadabra. It's magic.
How do you see this month which has passed?
They are not yet in power. The business rules have not been passed. So how would I?
What is the hitch?
I don't know. I have no idea. He is putting shawls. He is going there putting shawls on everybody. You know, garlanding people, garlanding that abusive, politically abusive MP who abused Muslims. He is going there putting a shawl. I am not going there. He is putting a shawl around Prime Minister. Earlier on, anybody taking his name was a great traitor. He is going to Home Minister. He is going to Gadkari ji, to Defence Minister. Apparently, the rate of shawls has gone up. He is putting so many shawls.
There is a lot of talk about those shawls and about their costs, because you articulated in some of the interviews about these.
You see,
gifts.
You cannot take an extreme line and then go on to your knees. You can't take the knee. He's taken the knee too early.
What do you think would be the response of Centre?
I don't know. It's a fixed match. Look, why don't you understand? Congress says there is no 370 written. People's Conference says no. PDP says no. AIP says no. People say there is no 370 written. But only two parties can see 370 there. National Conference and BJP. BJP can see 370 there so that they can sit in Maharashtra. It's a fixed match. Why don't you call it? They had a fixed match before. They were attacking each other, reinforcing each other. So that they win in Jammu and they win in Kashmir. Kashmiris were taken for a ride, unfortunately.
How will Jammu behave?
Hell with Jammu, I don't know. But as far as Kashmiris are concerned, they have been taken for a massive ride. And given that there are 1 lakh people in the graves, it is, I think, a humiliation that the people who put them to graves, Kashmiris are voting for them. It's a shame for us as a nation, as people.
You have articulated this thing in some interviews that basically the people who matter in New Delhi circles, like Lutyens Delhi, or like the uncles and aunties about which you have been talking, that I don't have any uncles or aunties at New Delhi to push me up. Do you think that they have been able to put through this point that Abdullahs are indispensable in Kashmir politics?
It's not.
Or there is nothing else than them?
There is nobody is an idiot to understand that anybody is indispensable. It's a matter of favoritism, that who is ours, who will speak for us and not for Kashmiris. Try it, test it. That's it. It's nobody's indispensable. That you have seen in the last 5 years. They kicked out everybody, put them in jail. Kashmir still, things were working. It is just, that myth has been, that has been called for. So, the only thing is that they know that there is this one family who will always normalize things. So now they have been given this thing of, in this all melee, they will talk, is there 370? Today we are discussing that in a resolution is there 370 or not. There are 200 words. 370 is nowhere written. Word article is never written. 356 is never written. 35A is never written. And 5 August is never written. And still we have to discuss it. You have to give them credit.
Credit for what?
For being such big liars. And for us being idiots. We have to give credit for all that. Typically, it's not even about discussing it, whether it is there or not. We are 3 people in the room. We are discussing there are 10 people in the room. There are only 3 people in the room.
How do you foresee Omar's response to the public and to the demands, election manifesto?
That is between him and them.
I saw your tweet today.
I got a phone call in the morning.
Yeah.
At least from 6 villages where those monthly rates have been increased. So I just wonder whether they will increase it 300% and then reduce it by 200%. And the people will end up paying 100% more. So they made these wild promises, which most of them, tactically, financially, I think.
Do you think that the manifesto is not practical?
You see, if you monetize it, convert it into rupees, it's around 35,000 crores per year.
They just cannot do it.
I gave a figure, let them give a figure. They are saying we'll create 1 lakh new jobs.
They made a lofty manifesto without knowing that they will get the seats.
No,
they were not sure.
Normally every party lies, but there is a quota. So the quota that should have been for 6 elections, they utilized it in 1 election. So what you had to lie in 6 elections, you add that up, they created those lies in one election. But at the end of the day, to be very honest with you, look at Bengalis, where Hasina Wajid is. She killed 30-40 people, she had to leave. Sri Lanka, Afghanistan. This is one nation where we are rewarding the killers of our children. And we will never move ahead, mark my words. Unless you don't do justice to those who were put to graves when they were young. Don't think our children will move ahead.
What is the road ahead in the politics of Kashmir? Do you think that these families will go on growing and they will go on making these matches in Kashmir, or something else will emerge?
There is digitalization, there is too many mobile phones, too many channels. So I don't think government can control everything. So, but then they play these fixed matches where BJP leaders will come and they will show as if they are scared of NC. They will issue statements against them. And people think, oh, BJP is scared of them. And in reality, they decide the script of every statement.
You have recently written that even the language of it was pre-scripted. What do you mean by that?
I honestly believe it was. It was pre-scripted. It's a fixed match, 100%.
You think that it was written in Delhi?
The only thing I will give, and we'll end this interview, today, the sulking uncle and the good uncle, they are together. They are helping, both uncles.
You think that that the powerhouses are with them?
No, the 2 uncles. One uncle, which was already with him, the other uncle who was not within the sulking one, they are together today. So he's safe.
He is safe?
He's good. Uncles are doing good job. I don't know about aunties, but uncles are doing good.
How Sajad sees the future of those who have been struggling in Kashmir politics for a long time, like Sajad, like others.
My father
have been.
My father, Gilani Saab, Mir Mustafa. There were so many people who were not allowed to bloom.
Do you think that there is a room for a forum to emerge? Or
forget forum. It is. You will see that at the end of the day, inshallah, some people will come up. The problem is what happens with Delhi. They create obnoxious beings. And then what happens, this whole evolutionary process, it takes a backseat. So
What about, I have read your Achievable Nationhood document. It opened with some beautiful lines. It opened with Lala Dad's quote that in the past time we were, in the future we would be. Then it has from Aga Shahid Ali's poem, The Country Without a Post Office, that we shall meet again in Srinagar when by the gates of the Villa of Peace, when our hands will blossom into the fists and the soldiers will give us keys back and disappear. Was that a fantasy? A romance with a sub-nationhood or nationhood, or what was it?
That was an inspiration. The content was in the book, which is 200-300 pages.
Yeah.
So you get inspired by poetry. Poetry is, is a part of fiction based on reality, right? So a practical form version of that was the Achievable Nation.
Do you think that still it can be worked out?
It will be worked out. It is not the last word on resolution on Kashmir, but it is a good word. Whenever there is a search for resolution, I can assure you, I believe that documents like that will be read, researched.
It is a treat to talk to Sajad, and we will try to conversate with him on all the issues which will unfold in future.